Hello everyone and welcome to Active Advancement. My name is Katie and I share research-backed knowledge and strategies with a goal to empower you to lead an active lifestyle and advance in your self-development journey. In this video, I'll be sharing my simple weekday morning routine with you as a master's student working from home during the summer. I'll be explaining why I think it's important to have a morning routine in place and how to develop a morning routine that works for you. I'll also be sharing tips to help you wake up earlier and providing some inspiration for your own morning routine. Let's go get this day started with some breakfast. So what's the point of having a morning routine in place? Your morning routine is a really great opportunity to dedicate time to yourself. It can be something that you look forward to help you get out of bed in the morning. I find that taking this time to slowly and intentionally enjoy my morning routine prepares me to be the best version of myself during the rest of my day. Taking that time to transition from waking up to starting the rest of your day can really help to set you up for success by giving yourself time to wake up, get in the right headspace, and get energized. Also, having a routine in place leads you to developing habits, which means the process of doing the tasks that you want to do becomes more automatic and efficient. So here are some tips to help you create your own morning routine. First, actually take the time to write out step by step what your routine would look like on an ideal day. This provides a framework of what you would like to accomplish each morning. One helpful exercise you can do that I learned from the book Atomic Habits is to actually track what you do on a typical day. So tomorrow morning, write down every task that you do throughout the morning, then decide whether each habit is positively contributing toward your goals, negatively taking away from your progress on your goals, or if it's just a neutral habit. By performing this exercise and determining a baseline of what your current morning routine looks like, it can help guide you when designing and refining your ideal morning routine. Once you've created your ideal morning routine, add this into your schedule. Input your morning routine into your calendar as if it was a scheduled event or appointment that you had to attend. I personally like to dedicate a time block in my Google Calendar to my morning routine. Determine how long your routine takes. So for example, I know that my morning routine takes on average 1.5 to 2 hours. Based on this, determine an ideal time to wake up in order to complete your morning routine in time before starting your work or other tasks for the day. When doing this, also reflect on what times of day you have the highest energy levels. When are you most productive? When do you like to work out? You need to take this into consideration because this will affect what time you should ideally be waking up at. And your morning routine will ultimately influence the tasks and the structure of the rest of your day as well. Make your morning routine meaningful. Really find your why for including each task in your morning routine. Reflect on your priorities and goals, and in turn create a morning routine that includes activities that are most meaningful for you. Your morning routine should be something that supports your values and complements your lifestyle and work. Mentioned the concept of keeping things simple before, and I think this should totally be applied to your morning routine as well. Don't overwhelm yourself with an elaborate routine in terms of the amount of tasks in your routine as well as how complicated each task in your routine is. Realistically, you're not going to be able to go for a 5-mile run, make a gourmet breakfast, meditate, and read all before the start of your workday or whatever your post-morning routine activity is. I've tried this before and it has never worked for various reasons. First, it takes way too long, which I feel like is just procrastinating the actual work that you have to do. It can also be upsetting or demotivating when you don't accomplish everything that you want to get done. If it's too complicated, it could also mean that you don't end up looking forward to your routine, which is the opposite of what we want. And having too complex of a routine can drain your energy rather than helping to energize you. you. So in my opinion, if you can keep your routine simpler and relatively short, then that will help you to achieve the purpose of your morning routine, which is ultimately to help you have a great start to your day. I personally find that I do my best, most focused work in the morning, so I want to intentionally get my morning routine tasks done as quickly as possible. So like I said, it's a good idea to have an ideal routine in place, but you also need to adjust as needed each day. Realistically, I don't accomplish every single thing that I'm showing you in this video every single day. It's important to identify your non-negotiables, so determine what are the things that you need to get done every single morning, no matter what, while also having a backup plan. So for example, if you happen to sleep in, what things will you remove from your routine and how will you adjust? You can also create multiple different versions of your morning routine and pick which version works best for you depending on the day. So each version would include different activities. For example, maybe in one version of your morning routine, you include a morning workout, but this isn't something that you would necessarily do every single day. Basically, this would just involve keeping most elements of your routine fairly consistent and then changing up some aspects of your morning routine to add variety throughout your week. In line with this idea of being flexible and adjusting your routine as needed each day, you would also adjust your wake-up time depending on the time that you went to bed the night before. Your ideal routine can also change depending on what season it is and what your lifestyle is looking like at any specific point in time. I'm constantly refining different parts of my morning routine, and I've been working on creating this routine for a long time. And I do expect that in the future, as I learn new things and my lifestyle changes, my morning routine will change as well. For example, last summer I was waking up almost every morning at 5:30 to do a workout, but this isn't something that I do anymore. Also related to this, I find it's much easier for me to wake up earlier in the summer because the sun is rising earlier compared to the winter. All this to say, my suggestion is to keep track of what works best for you and continue refining your routine with time. My final tip is related to actually performing your morning routine, and that is to be mindful throughout the process. Really take this time to be present and enjoy the routine that you've created for yourself. And as hard as it is, I really think it's beneficial to avoid checking your phone or responding to texts until later on in the morning. I try my best to only use my phone as an alarm clock, to listen to podcasts, and to listen to music on my walk, and then I can check my phone later on in the morning once I've completed my routine. As a bonus, I wanted to share some tips that help me to wake up early. And by early, I just mean the time that I've determined is best for me to wake up at. First, and most importantly, and also most uninterestingly, get enough sleep. It's recommended that we get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, but obviously honor your own body's unique needs. You can't wake up early if you're not going to bed early and getting enough sleep. Based on this, in addition to scheduling your morning routine, you should also schedule your sleep time. Now that you know what time you need to wake up to start your morning routine, work backwards to determine what time you need to go to sleep by. This should be a reasonable bedtime that will allow you to wake up the next morning at your desired wake-up time. Next, the night before, set an intention for the following day and determine a reason that will help you to wake up the next morning. In order to wake up early, you need to identify your why for waking up early. So for example, maybe you've planned to do a workout. Maybe you need to get to a meeting on time, or you have class or work that you have to get to. Maybe waking up early will help you to accomplish your goals, or waking up early is a goal in itself. Or perhaps you feel more productive by waking up earlier than the average person, or you enjoy waking up with the sun. Another reason to motivate you to wake up early is to create a morning routine that you look forward to. You should be excited about waking up because you get to do your morning routine. I genuinely look forward to eating breakfast, listening to a podcast, and going for a walk to get some fresh air in the morning. But for you, this could be something totally different. Maybe you look forward to drinking your coffee, reading a book, or meditating in the morning. So once you're following these guiding principles to help you wake up earlier, which should be the priority, you can complement this by incorporating some practical tips. And these tips are largely related to your alarm clock and your phone. So the first tip, which is actually something that I don't do, is to use a traditional alarm clock rather than using your phone as an alarm clock, and also just not keeping your phone in your room at all when you're sleeping. By having that physical boundary and not keeping your phone in your room at all, this helps you to avoid phone use before bed and get to bed earlier. Now, if you do keep your phone in your room and use it as an alarm, I suggest that you put it on Do Not Disturb or airplane mode so that it doesn't disrupt your sleep. Another feature you can use that is on a lot of phones is sleep mode, and this will help you to wind down by prompting you to stop using your phone during certain hours of the night. Another classic tip is to put your alarm clock or your phone away from your bed so that it's not within reach and you need to get out of bed to actually turn it off, because this will prevent you from going back into bed once you've turned your alarm off. My next suggestion is to set a different alarm noise to wake you up every day. This is just something that works for me because I find if I use the same alarm for a long time, I get used to it and then I start to ignore it after a while. I find it's nice to pick a song that I like to help motivate me to wake up in the morning. It's beneficial to pick a song that's not too abrupt but also not too gentle. Usually a song that sort of builds up gradually in volume can be helpful to gradually get you out of bed. So once you've become a pro at waking up early and you've adjusted your sleep schedule to be fairly consistent, my pro tip is to turn the snooze feature off your alarm, and similarly to only set one alarm for yourself. This is an incentive to wake up because you know that there is no backup option. I found this technique to be super useful, but I wouldn't recommend using this if you're currently in a season of your life where your sleep schedule is not very consistent. So use this tip at your discretion, because I will say that this has caused me to miss plans or miss meetings at times, and that's simply because I was using this technique, but you can't really use this if you're not prioritizing all of the other principles. So we're almost at the end of my morning routine, and I just wanted to finish off by saying that when creating your own morning routine, make sure you're doing what works best for you. Definitely draw on inspiration from these types of videos, but create your own unique routine rather than copying someone else's. Also, I wanted to mention that I think the definition of a morning person is arbitrary. In my opinion, being a morning person just means waking up at the time that you've determined is best for yourself to be waking up on a daily basis. Again, you shouldn't feel pressured to have to be a morning person. From experience, I can say that being a morning person is super overrated in the productivity world, so don't feel bad if this doesn't work for you. For example, if you work better and you're more efficient at night, then it would make sense for you to have a different type of routine in place. Also, there is science to back that some people just aren't morning people by nature, so take that into consideration too. I hope that what I've shared in this video can be helpful for you to create or refine your own morning routine and wake up earlier if that's your goal. After watching this video, I encourage you to take action by reflecting on your why for the tasks that you do in your current morning routine. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, give the video a like, hit the bell so you're notified when I upload, share this video with a friend, and follow me on Instagram. By doing this, you're helping to grow this community so that we can empower more people to make healthy decisions and work toward advancing their personal growth. Also, leave a comment below letting me know what your favorite part of your morning routine is. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is your reminder to get in some daily movement and take action toward advancing in your life. Bye everyone.